Hi, I'm Amanda Maniscalco, and I want to tell you why I want to be an elementary school teacher. When I was in elementary school, I was very good at writing, history, researching, but math and science gave me a little bit of a problem. I didn't have a bunch of teachers who were willing to help, but I had a few. And those few teachers have really inspired me over the years to become a teacher like them, to help students who are having trouble with some subjects and make school a place where they want to come every day. In wanting to become a teacher, I've had a multitude of inspirations. One of the best inspirations that I have had in my life to teach is a man named Mr. Mealy. He has taken time out of his work schedule and after school to come and tutor me and talk to me about how to teach students, how to treat them as individuals, and what the best routes are to take in certain situations. I have Mr. Mealy here right now. He's agreed to talk to me for this project, and I'm so happy that he's done that. Hi, Mr. Mealy.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mr. Mealy?
It's good. Oh, we have a video crew?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. I was just explaining that you've been a great inspiration to me, especially for this project, in wanting to become a teacher, because you've talked to me about all different situations and how to deal with them and the best routes to take.
Oh, thank you very much for the compliment. You're a wonderful student.
Thank you.
And you're going to be a wonderful teacher.
Thanks.
You have a true love for children, and you have their best interest at heart. What I've gone over a few times with Amanda is to discuss with her how each child is their own person. And it's really difficult. Most teachers want to treat all children as a group because it's much simpler to teach them if you approach them all as one person. But that's not the way a child learns best. I've been teaching her and working with Amanda to be able to deal with children one-on-one, understand each of their own little problems and difficulties, and work around that to help each one learn in their own way. It takes a little more time to teach this way, but the results are astounding compared to the opposite. And Amanda's done very well. She deals with children one-on-one very well and interacts with them.
And one of the best things that I've been able to do is Mr. Mealy has allowed me to sit in on some of his classes when he teaches, and I can see what he does and how he treats the students and seeing specific instances arise and how he deals with them. And instead of just telling me what to do, I'm able to watch and then repeat and then practice that in my own classroom. And it's really helped me a lot.
One of the most important things that I told Miss Mann is that if you give respect, you get respect back. And if students respect you, they'll work for you. If they don't respect you, they'll work against you and make your life very difficult. Controlling your class is a major portion of teaching grammar school children. The material, I'm sure almost every teacher knows well and can put it across. But you have to put it across in a way that it involves the children and it piques their interest, and they want to perform and do projects with you on those topics. So treating each child uniquely, and treating each child with respect is critical in teaching. And I feel Amanda has learned that very well.
With a lot of patience.
Well, I have to get back to class.
Okay.
I want to thank you for this opportunity of allowing me to speak to your audience.
Thank you.
And thank you all. Have a good rest of the day.
Thanks, you too.
And hope your video comes out good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I have a lot of aspirations and goals that I want to achieve as a teacher, but just starting out, I know I have to be realistic with myself. My main goal starting out is going to be how to learn how to communicate properly with my students, get to know each one of them. I have thought about this for a while, and I feel that conducting individual student interviews at the beginning of the year, minimal, about 1 to 2 minutes, asking them what music they like, what actors and actresses they're into, what kind of movies they want to watch, that can play an important role, having this information later on in the year. I can customize my lessons more towards what they will want to learn instead of having to force them to learn. I know, as Mr. Mealy has taught me, to respect all of my students, not only as my students, but as individuals who have to learn how to love learning. That's a skill that I need to teach. With students who might have some learning disabilities, such as the student that I currently work with, I need to learn how to have a lot of patience, although I have learned a lot so far. I know I have a long way to go with that. Patience, repetition, and continuity are very important. If you start something, you have to continue to do it. Repetition is very important to these students. If they want to achieve something for a certain goal, then you have to give them the goal. My long-term achievement as being a teacher is to make sure that school is a place where children want to come to every day, not a place where they feel they only have to work, go home and do more work, come in, regurgitate what they've learned, take a test and forget it. I want them to be involved in a good learning environment. I want them to be happy to be here, and I want them to want to learn. In order for this, I have to love to learn. I have to show them that reading, math, science, all of these things that we use in our daily lives, you have to learn the basics here, and it's fun. My class is coming in right now, so you'll get to see an inside look of how we start some of our classes.
Hi, Miss Man.
Good morning.
Hi, Miss Man. Hi, Miss Man.
Hello. Hi, Miss Mary. Hi.
Miss Man. Hi, Miss Man. Hi, Miss Man. Hi, Miss Man. Oh, Miss Man. Hi, Miss Man. Hi, Miss Man. Hi, Miss Man. Hi, Miss Man.
Okay, when everyone sits down, I need you to take out your notebooks, and we have to review the homework that you had to do last night. Currently, I am working with a second grade student who has a multitude of disabilities. I can relate to him on a certain level because I myself as a student had some learning disabilities. Working with him one-on-one every day has inspired me to want to become a better teacher. It has given me the idea of bringing patience, understanding, reviewing all of his work, bringing it all together, and not just seeing the student as a student, but seeing him as a person who is trying really hard as an individual to bring his grade up and understand. Because I had such a problem with subjects such as math and science, it's easy for me to see where he would have these problems. But because I was also very good at writing and history and putting together stories, I can also understand where he's coming from and take his quirks that he has in his works and help him to better them, not only for school, but for future projects as well, such as writing resumes way off in the future, reading, which he will use every single day. And I like to tell him when he's on the road with his parents to read signs as he's going across wherever he's going. It brings to life the fact that reading is not only important in the classroom, but in everyday life. When learning about science, I try to incorporate real-life inspirations to what he's learning. We can talk about butterflies, caterpillars, animals, the weather. The possibilities are endless. To make these subjects feel more realistic, I know I would have appreciated that as a student. Because when you're sitting behind a desk, wondering what you're going to use these subjects for, it doesn't really make it feel like you need to know.
And now we're
But
going to
when
review
you
it.
have a raw passion, that's when you want to learn. And that's what I want to make sure my student in particular right now will have the ability to do. So now you've met my class. You've met one of the teachers who has had a great inspiration on me. I've talked about my aspirations and goals, long-term and short-term as a teacher. And I've also summed up what inspired me as a student to become a teacher. I really can't wait to start my actual teaching job. But all of this is teaching me so much. Every experience that I have had so far in becoming a teacher has only inspired me more and more to want to pursue this career. Thank you.